Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for this opportunity that I have to present to you about my experience in growing and harvesting moringa. Um, you have you have heard many moringa stories and benefits and um, everything about moringa all day today. So I don't want to bore you with anything more. So I'm just straight away going into my experience and the challenges that I have to go through in bringing the moringa to Sri Lanka and getting the expertise how to grow this plant to become more resilient and give us more production. So my moringa journey started in 2016 when my relative got stage 4 lung cancer, and she was given 6 months to live. That's when she started deciding that she's not going to have chemotherapy, because by that time so many of my members in the family have already had um, cancer, and few have gone through chemo and struggled and suffered and had all kinds of issues in their health. And also we lost so many of our members um, for cancer. So having moringa to help in the cancer was a big thing in our family. And when this lady decided that she was going to go with only the herbal, natural way to combat cancer and also to have a quality life, she wasn't sure how long she was going to live. She only knew that she was going to go natural way, so that whatever time that she was given to live, that she was going to live the best quality life. And that's when I came across the understanding that this moringa oleifera, which is known in the international field, that is the same moringa that grows in our land, in my homeland. And the tree that we knew about, and the tree that we have been eating all our lives, and our parents and grandparents and everyone who has taught us about this. So I actually wanted to, so I was curious, so I went online and I looked up so many websites, and I came across a website called Moringa for Life, and I met the founder there, where she was explaining that they were offering courses to teach people to learn how to grow moringa in the new way. Like, we know the old system, we know about the past, we know about how we have used moringa, but this is a new way of growing so that it can be a better plant for us at this new stage of our life and our season. So I actually signed up for the course, and this is my mentor. She's Mariko, and she's Japanese, and she lives in USA, in California. And she's the pioneer in educating about moringa to the world. She's the one who started 25 years ago. And I was able to fly up to her. I stayed 10 days in their farm, and 3 days was the course. She actually covered many things. We talked about soil development, we talked about so many presentations today. None of them touched on the earthworm farming and earthworm composting and worm tea. So I'm really happy to offer you this knowledge about the earthworm, how we can use that as a plant enhancer, a plant feed, and plant food, so that we can get our moringa trees more pumped up with more nutrition, so that it can give us the benefits that we are looking to share with everyone. We also talked about beekeeping, which was very important for pollination of the flowers and to have fruit. So when I came to Sri Lanka in 2018, it's actually wrong, 2017, I went to my homeland in Trincomalee. It was a jungle for 25 years after the war. We cleared it, we got the soil ready, the land ready, and I was ready to plant. We planted about 30 to 40 moringa cuttings straight into the soil, because the understanding in Trincomalee at that time was the Murunga cuttings grow and they grow very fast and we can just put it and it just become a big tree. So I did not want to fight with the local people because I had to work with them to get this half acre of land prepared for growing. So I agreed. I decided, okay, you guys know everything, so let's put the cuttings on the ground. We did that, and over the few months, like few weeks, like you said, there were lots and lots of leaves in the tree, and the tree looked very resilient. The tree looked like it was going to grow. But then we had the rains. Murunga tree hates the rain. It doesn't like water. It just has a lot of root rot. So what happened was many of the tree cuttings which we put on the soil, like you bury them about 1.5 feet down, and most of the trees died because the water stagnated near the root and they died. So then I was able to explain to the people, look, yes, Murunga tree cuttings grow faster, I understand, I agree, but I think the most important thing for us to do is take the seeds and do seedlings and have the seedlings settle in your bag for about 6 months. And once this tree is quite strong, then we put it on the soil. And also we made the beds raised up from the earth, and we had the අර මොගලන් කියන්නේ කානු වටේට because කානු වල තමයි අපි වතුර දැම්මේ. So that ඒ වතුර හරි softly තමයි root එකට යන්නේ. එතකොට root rot එක එන එක losing the tree was very less. So ඒ systems ඔක්කොම මම ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියලා දුන්නා. ඒගොල්ලන් ගොඩක් අය විශ්වාස කරේ නැහැ. I had trouble explaining in Tamil, and then I somehow managed because I know a little bit of Tamil, so I was able to explain to them. So ඒගොල්ලන් ඊට පස්සේ agree කරා. මෙහෙම අපි seeds වලින් දාලා, so අර ඉතුරු වෙන ගස් වලින් අපිට හම්බුන pods, because ඒ වෙලාවේ අපිට bees හිටියේ නැහැ. මගේ bee master මට දුන්නේ bees මං හිතන්නේ අවුරුද්දකට පස්සේ. එතකල් අපි ආපු මල් වලින් අපිට pods ටිකක් හම්බුණා. හැබැයි මං ඉගෙන ගත්ත දෙයක් තමයි ඇමරිකාවේ මේ ෆාම් එකේ ඒගොල්ලන් කවුරුත් මුරුංගා ගෙඩි කැඩුවේ නැහැ. මං ට්‍රේනින් කෝස් එකේ ඉන්නකොට මට හරි එක්සයිටඩ් මේගොල්ලන්ට කියලා දෙන්න අපේ මුරුංගා කරිය ගැන. ඉතින් මං ගිහලා ටක් ගාලා කඩාගෙන ආවලා කරියක උයනකොට ඒගොල්ලන් කිව්වා අයියෝ අල්ලන්න එපා මුරුංගා පොඩ් එක ඔයා මේ ඇට මුරුංගා ගස් 10ක් හරි 20ක් හරි ඔයා පුච්චලා මේ අපට කන්න දෙනවා. මේක අල්ලන්න එපා. Because they did not accept that you have to actually grow, eat the pod, like the fruit, because you're actually destroying 20 trees that can give healing, that can give life to some people. So they were not encouraging for us to eat the Murunga curry. So they were only concentrating on the Murunga tree as a resilient tree that was going to combat carbon absorption and also food for our body. You know, that was all. It was all about just the leaf and the production of the leaf and the benefits of the leaf. So ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේ seedlings දාලා seedlings වලින් ආපු ගස් වලින් දාලා, so stage by stage 4 or 5 years වලින් we managed to grow 1,000 trees on this half a acre land. So එතනත් ගොඩාක් ප්‍රශ්න ආවා මට. ගස් උඩට යන්න ඕනේ, මේක කපන්න බෑ ගස්, and one of the other things they were saying, okay, ගොඩාක් දැල්නබුව වෙනවා, ඔය ඔහොම ගස් වවන්නේ, and all kinds of issues, you know, this local farmers understanding. And I said, it's okay. Then kamane gas mannat kamane, kadunat kamane, man kiyana vidihata api karagena yan. So very slowly I was able to teach them what I learned, because our farmers, our villagers are not prepared to listen because they don't have the understanding. We haven't taken, first of all, we haven't taken the benefits to those people. They don't believe it. They only know make a kakulu kariyata dammama visa gannawa. They know that they can have a mallung. That's it. And මොනවා තුවාලයක් ගහම ඒක කොටලා දාන්න පුළුවන්. So they don't have an understanding of this amazing tree which has so much of benefit for our bodies and our wellness. They don't know. So first thing we have to do is take the knowledge to those people. We need to make them understand, make them come up with good mindset so that they're ready to listen. So with greatest difficulty, this was the start of my journey, where actually I put the seedlings. This is where I showed them that the seedlings are much more resilient to grow. And also that it has to be raised, the beds have to be raised 1.5 feet, and then the seedling, the root sits on top of that. And after about 3 years, I was able to have a Moringa forest. At this stage, they didn't allow me to still cut. Everybody was so saying, don't touch, we need big trees, we need to have big, amazing trees full of it. But I wanted to teach them different things, how to harvest. I'm going through this faster because you already know a lot about Moringa by now. So when we have, once we started growing and we started harvesting leaves for food and to make powder, the certification given to me by the Moringa for Life farm in USA was, she said, you have the knowledge now to educate and grow. Go to your land, grow everything, and make the production and the products according to our quality standards, procedures, and processes, and then export this, whatever you are doing, to us. We will buy it and we will sell it under our name. That's what the whole plan was. But when I came to Sri Lanka, I found that with all this amazing thing the Moringa can do, right? So much a benefit for our bodies to have healthy, and also to prevent us getting this NCD, the diseases that we are talking about from morning. That everyone has one of them, this stage, this era, right? Everyone is sick with something. So, but having Moringa on a daily basis and promoting Moringa and teaching about Moringa can bring us health that is, to prevent any of the diseases coming to our bodies, and catching any of these things. This is flying around like the COVID virus and whatever. So I was able to talk to many people, some of the ITI members, a lady who is very close friend. She helped us how to preserve the greenness of the powder, which is the chlorophyll. And also, I just wanted to share with you, because we decided in USA, we harvest the leaves at 5 in the morning, between 5 and 5:30. Because any time there was sun light falling on the leaves, we were losing the color. And I experienced that and I love the farm, I love the workers to experience that, because when I was telling them, they didn't understand. They didn't want to listen to me. So I love them to have one season where they actually brought the leaves at any time of the day and they processed it, and we lost the color and everything. And I said, look, this is good for us to eat and put in curries, but I can't send this to USA. So it was one of the things that I have to learn, teach them through experience. So at the moment, what we do is we harvest the leaves at 5:30, we wash them, we sort them, we get them out of the trays, and it goes into a dark room before 10 o'clock. And we air dry it for 3 days, and and then after that we do the powder. So I really don't know about this modern drying system. I haven't used an oven or anything. It's just air drying. And because it takes 3 days and our capacity is only like 25 kilos of fresh leaves, and we have only got like 5 kilos of fresh leaf gives us 1 kilo of powder. So that's this experience, what we have, that is the outcome that we have learned so far. So I don't know how close that is to you, sir, the products that you do, and how that works with the other businesses. So at the same time, I realized that because of the pest control, a lot of people have this understanding. Oh, දලඹු එනවා. අපෝ මුරුංගා ගහ නම් තියන්න බෑ ළඟ. ගේ ළඟ තියන්න බෑ මේ කුසිය ළඟ. I started telling them about the benefits, and I said, oh, මුරුංගා ගහ කුසිය ළඟම තියන්න. So that යනකොටත් මුරුංගා කොළයක් කන්න පුළුවන්, එනකොටත් මුරුංගා කොළයක් කන්න පුළුවන්, කෑම මේසෙට යනකොටත් මුරුංගා එක කඩලා එහෙමම කෑම උඩ දාලා ගෙනිමු අපි ලස්සනට. And I could not tell them that, because they said, oh, Dalambu ena ho gala. So then I have to teach them a different way how to combat this Dalambu problem, right? And during the time, during the time, all the Samanelayas go to Siripada. It's a beautiful sight. They just, all these butterflies fly through the land and through the trees. It's an amazing sight to see. But while they're going, they're just coming and laying all the eggs on it. And then just like 1 week later or what, we have all these tiny weeny dalambuas, tiny weeny green worms all over the place. And then you lose all the leaves. So then I have to learn how to teach them how to do that. I will come to that. I'm explaining to you about the natural compost and how we control this one. So while I was doing all these things, there were a lot of curiosity from the villagers, especially from the women. Then because it is Trincomalee and Kanya, these people have got a lot of problems during the war, and there's lots of war widows and orphan children and women who don't have jobs, who don't have money, and it's a sad story. So I was able to give them a little bit of knowledge about the Moringa, explain to them, and I realized that when I was waiting for them, they were not coming. So I actually have to go. I went to so many orphanages. I went to so many the home for the aged people. I reached out to them. I went to the villages, to their homes. I sat with them. I spoke to them. And I told them about this Moringa, amazing Moringa, that we can grow. And we can eat from it. We can benefit. Our children can be developed. Their bodies and minds and brains can be developed into big, amazing people. And then we can also share it by selling. And we can make money. So I was not looking at a big business at that level. I was only looking at these people who needed the benefit in their home, in their garden, and also to start sharing with everyone around. The most important part was that they didn't have the knowledge. They didn't have the money. They are so eager to learn. They love the plant. They understand now. And they love their children. They want to help them. But they don't have the means to do that. And I was so amazed that I could take this knowledge and the blessing to their homes, to their lands. And this is some of the work that I did with them, because you can see how there's so much want to know, so much want to change their lifestyle, to change their mindset. And they're so eager. So please help us to take this knowledge to them, because they are the ones finally who have to benefit. If we all benefit, if we all are strong, and if we are all healthy, we have a healthy nation. And that's where we're going towards. So this is my miracle plant food. All the presentations I heard from morning till up to now, no one touched on this. And this is something I learned in USA on the farm. And I came home with the knowledge, and I started it. And at the beginning, yes, we had problems because our earthworms you can't find in Sri Lanka, especially in Colombo. My sister has a beautiful home and a garden. There's not a single worm there. And I was every time asking her, where are the worms? So then I realized they spray this stuff for the mosquitoes. There's once a week, this guy comes and sprays everywhere. And now I have fought with her, and there's a special section that I don't allow anyone to come, and I'm putting all the veggies and everything. So slowly we are changing. But in Trincomalee, we were able to find a little bit of worms. So I started collecting all the worms. Wherever we were taking the roots out, we found the worms, we collected them, and I made my first worm farm. And sorry, I didn't tell you that earlier. I lived in Australia for 20 years. I was working there as a nurse. I was working, so I saw a lot of sick people. I worked at aged care as a nurse, and I saw a lot of sick people. Everyone has all kinds of sicknesses, and they are sent to the nursing home to just stay there and die. That was this thing. So I wanted this lifestyle change, because, too many sick people dying was what I saw. And I just wanted to change that. So coming back to Sri Lanka, we found this earthworm. So I imported the earthworm farm equipment. Because in Sri Lanka, nobody talks about earthworm farming. And when I touch the worm, when I work with them, people are shocked. They're like saying, oh my God, ඔයා මේ පණුව අල්ලනවද? පණුවට කන්න දෙනවද? ඔයා, you know, it was a total cultural change. But I love my worms because I realized they are the ones who absorb all the carbon and the rubbish that we put to the soil. Everything you throw goes back on the soil, and they are the ones who purify it. You don't have any vegetable, you don't have anything to eat if the worms don't do their job. So we have a responsibility to take care of the soil and all the microorganisms, and especially those Gadavilla earthworms. We need to take care of them because they do such a big job for us. So teaching the children was easy because they thought, oh, after so I was able to get them to bring the food to feed the panuas. I taught them how to have the farms, and once the equipment came, because in Australia it's very famous. Well, everyone has an earthworm. Even normal house people have an earthworm farm because they use the compost, which is called earth casting, worm casting, and the liquid the earthworms are producing is called the worm tea. So this tea humans don't drink; it's only for plant. And when I was in Australia, I had my own earthworm. And my husband used to use that to, put for all his plants. And so I brought the equipment and I started showing these people how to have a earthworm farm. And it's very successful. So when the Dalamboas were coming out, what we did was we took the worm tea that they were producing, and I had different composition. I have one that I put for the soil, for the root, and baby trees have baby different composition. The big trees have big different composition because it has to be dilated with so much of water just to keep the strength lower so that it doesn't damage. Because if you just take the worm tea straight from the farm and put it on your root, any tree will die because it's so strong. So you need to dilate it with water and give it in different stages so that it doesn't have a major impact, because the nutrition can just kill it because it's too much. So I started this one, and now everybody in Trincomalee, I think everybody in Trincomalee knows about it. They visit the farm to check, and I give training and I explain to them. And the most amazing thing about the earthworm is that they eat all the vegetables that we eat. The vegetables and fruit that we eat. They eat all the brown color cardboard, right? They eat most of the newspaper. So it's amazing. So everything that we bring to the house for food, and the packaging we have, all those things I put it back in the compost. I also make, I'm not sure whether I have a picture here, but I also do the hot compost here on the land. And I found out we don't have a proper compost bin the way that the hot compost has to be made. We don't have one here because the one I found in Apico is not the right one that I know that I can. So I imported that one as well, and I started using the bins to do the composting, and we have at least 50 to 60 liters of compost, hot compost that I use back in the trees. Because once in every 3 months, you have to put the compost around the root. Okay, like a lot of people in the morning was talking about, vate murunga, and you can leave it in the vate, and you can just eat the leaves, and you can eat the pods, the fruit. Yes, I agree to everything. But if you don't take care of the soil, right, that you're expecting this tree to give you all the benefit. But if you don't take care of the soil, if you don't give it the nutrition it wants, right, it's a very smart tree. It's an amazing tree. It's so intelligent. It can use everything for his benefits because the Moringa trees, I will take you to that slide later, knows that you need it. We need it. Our generation need it. Our country need it. So it's coming and it's giving itself fully. So the Moringa itself is finding its nutrition. But imagine what it can do if you can give something to it. if you can give the nutrition back, if you can put the microorganism to empower the root, imagine the result that you will have. Imagine what we can do with that. We can feed more people. We can combat the carbon absorption, right? And we can even fight the climate combat. So it's amazing. So I think we all need to study about this earthworm farming. We need to use the worm casting, and we need to use the worm tea so that we stay away from all the chemicals that people are promoting and advertising and telling us that very soon we can get results. Well, it doesn't work like that with the nature. The nature has a season. It has a time frame. It has patience, because every tree has love and life. We need to honor that. I'll just go through these slides. I just wanted to show you, because I think that, sir, you spoke about all the products and the benefits, so I'm just going through that one, because you already know that. The amazing thing about the powder is like it's so light, it's weightless, so everybody can carry it, everybody can have it in their purse. Every three-wheeler driver, the kangaroo driver has a packet. Whoever who has traveled with me has a packet in their car, because I've told them, you eat from outside, so take this packet, just sprinkle the powder on top of it and eat your rice. That will protect you from any sickness that you're going to get from this packet. So like that, it's very easy for everyone to have a little packet with you. Wherever you go, any office you work, anywhere, you can just put it on your food and eat it, because you eat from everywhere and you don't know who has cooked, where it has come from. But the moringa can detox whatever you don't need to have in your body and give you the benefit that it needs to give you. It's a sacred plant. It has come to give us health and wellness. I want you to understand, and I want you to get that into your heart. So that way we can work with the moringa to heal our land. I'm just going through this. This is all the products I make, and I don't sell anything. I just share it with my family members and my network. And everything what you see here is what we have done, the things I have tried out and taught the people. I add the moringa powder, the fresh leaves you can see here. The moringa curry with the leaf, where I shocked all the Americans, because they were like, oh my God, you're killing so many trees in a curry. Yes, we love the curry, it's tasty, but you kill so many trees in that one. And I add for all the salads, and you can have a look at that later. So I always find a reason to use moringa. For the last 5 years, I have been taking moringa day and night. I drink moringa juice, I drink moringa tea. I find anything to put in my moringa tea, like fresh ginger. You were talking about turmeric, fresh turmeric. If I see any fresh turmeric on the road, I buy it, I bring it home, I wash it, I dry it. I use it with the skin, fresh. I love it. And I thank my bee master who is here to honor this occasion. He taught me, and I love his bee honey. We have our own beehives in the land, and we use our bee honey. I don't like squeezing and taking the honey out, so I eat with the comb, and it's just amazing, so natural, so organic, so beautiful, because it is on your land, and it is amazing. A lot of people didn't even talk about bees here in this presentation for growing and enhancing growth and bringing a lot of trees. I think we need to look at the beekeeping as well, because it's very, very important, and it's a dying industry, because all the pesticides that we spray on the crops is killing the bees. And the people who harvest the bees, other than the bee masters and beekeepers, people go to the jungle and they burn the bees. They just take the fire and burn them without realizing that you're trying to eat the honey that they are making for their children, but you burn them. It's just not fair. We don't have proper practices to work with the nature and the animals. We need to teach them. We need to bring that love and that passion for our land, our environment. Um, okay, sorry, I just go back because I wanted to show you the. Okay, I wanted to. Where is that one? Sorry, I just. Okay, I just wanted to show you the compost bin. I don't know whether you can actually see it. This is what I brought from Australia. This is a compost bin which is like a cylinder, but there is nothing at the bottom. So it's like a cylinder, so we keep it on the soil. We encourage all the microorganisms and the earthworms to come from the soil and eat whatever you're putting inside. And then the whole process of breaking it down happens, and you keep on filling all the waste that you want to throw, everything organic. We put it inside that, and we give this different mix so that the earthworms can come up and break them into your compost. And within 6 weeks, you have your compost ready. And between that 6 weeks, twice you have to turn it. So once this bin is full, we take it and we keep it on the other side, but again on the soil itself, and we turn this compost upside down. And that's how you mix it. So it's a new way. I really like to teach people who are interested. And I think that's something we have to look at without buying anything chemical to put in our pots and our trees. This is a very exciting slide that I like to bring it to your attention. This was, if you take one person's carbon exhalation for a year, it's 320 kilograms of carbon is exhaled by one person for a year. To combat this carbon, to absorb this carbon, we need 23 Japanese cedar trees, which is grown for 50 years to to absorb that. But 2 moringa trees grown in 2 years can give you the same results. So you can see how important this moringa tree. It's not only medicinal, it's not only a food, but it's coming to heal the land. So if you take a car, it emits 2,300 kilograms of carbon in a year. So if you take the Japanese cedar tree, we need 160 Japanese cedar trees to combat this carbon, which has grown for 50 years. But 10 moringa trees, in 2 years' time, can take that carbon away. Isn't that amazing? This amazing tree is not just called a miracle tree. It is the tree of life. It is coming to heal our land, heal us, heal everybody, and take away the sickness. If you take a household, in a year, 6,500 kilograms of carbon is exhaled into the atmosphere. And we need 460 Japanese cedar trees grown for 50 years to absorb this. But you can see 26 moringa trees grown in 2 years can give you that result. So we need to clear our land. We need to clear every land and grow moringa trees. Yes, for food, but also to combat our climate change. The next slide that I offer you. This word, climate change, I just hate it. It actually should be catastrophe. It is a destruction already happened. It is a destruction happening now. We need to change. We need to do something now. We need to heal this. This map is where the moringa grows. Please look at all the 3 pictures, and I want you to see the miracle behind it. All of them has the same belt. Moringa grows in the same belt. We have the malnutrition, the highest amount percentages in the same belt. And also, the most devastated countries because of climate catastrophe is also the same belt. So there is a reason. There was this one, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the names, and I met so many amazing people who spoke today, and I don't know the names, but there was this sir who came from Wayamba district who spoke about this. Please, I want you to see this. Because we can. We can grow the moringa. We have the dry zone to grow the moringa. It will grow because not only we are using it for food, but also to heal our land, to heal our environment, to heal our atmosphere, to have healthy life for the whole nation, so that we can be one strong nation who is strong, and we can show the world, to become a signboard to the world, how we have used moringa to combat all the issues about climate catastrophe, and also every sickness that is just taking our loved ones away. So I have a dream that we all get together, that we work together to take this message from the top to the very, very last person who is down at the bottom of the ladder. We will give it to all the children so that everyone will benefit. Because it grows in our land, because it grows so freely, we can give it freely and cheaply to all the people. First, let us eat. Let us have the right health. And then let us give it to the world. Then we can actually make all the money, save the rupee, bring all the dollars. We can be rich. But first we need to have a healthy nation, healthy home, where we can call our home. I really would like all of you to come together to work towards this dream. Already, I thank Dr. Padania. I met him about 3 or 4 months ago. I gave him my profile. I was so excited when I saw his hero news. I went to see him and I said, "Oh, Doc, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. This is what I know. This is my experience. I'll do anything you want. Just let us work together. We need to give this to our people." And that's when he has started my dream, which is the first step is to have one moringa tree in every home. And I'm so glad that is already happening. It is a reality that is already taking place. I don't want to take too much of your time. I think I said enough. We need to plant for our children. This is my little grandson's hands. We need to have a better world for them. Thank you.